How to stay safe with the Good Shepherd. So it's Good Shepherd Sunday again. I wonder how many of you are shepherds, actual ones, looking after sheep. Maybe none of us, right? But in Jesus' time and in the history of Israel, there were many shepherds. Would you like to pick out from all these 12 names the shepherds among these people in the Bible? These are all from the Old Testament, not from the New Testament. Actually, you can just cut out 3, the rest are all shepherds. Did you make your choice? So, all of these are shepherds except for Cain, who was a farmer, Noah, who was also a farmer apparently, and Solomon, who was a king. All the rest were shepherds. So when Jesus spoke about sheep and shepherd, pasture, and sheepfold, wolves and robbers, the people who heard him understood very well what he was trying to say. But I was wondering, what about an example from our lives? If Jesus were talking to us today, what would he have said? Maybe I am like a good mother. I thought of this when I was asking Mama Mary to give me some ideas. So a good mother sees that her children are fed and clothed. Jesus might say that, right? A good mother cares for them when they are ill or hurt. She protects them from harm, even moral harm, like she doesn't allow them to watch bad TV shows or mix with bad company. A good mother works hard, even at the cost of her own health. She guides and teaches her children, helps them to make good choices in life. But sometimes children don't listen. Just this week, an anxious mother said to me, I don't know how to help my son. He has reached the 9th standard and now he refuses to go to school, refuses to go for classes. I have spoken to him, his father has spoken, everyone has spoken to him, but he will not respond. What is going to happen to him? What will his life be? So let's go back to Jesus as example of the shepherd and try to understand what he is trying to say to us. A reading from the Gospel of St. John, chapter 10. Very truly, I tell you, anyone who does not enter the sheepfold by the gate, but climbs in by another way, is a thief and a bandit. The one who enters by the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep hear his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. And when he has brought out all his own, he goes ahead of them, and the sheep follow him because they know his voice. They will not follow a stranger, but they will run from him because they do not know the voice of strangers. Jesus used this figure of speech with them, but they did not understand what he was saying to them. So again Jesus said to them, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and bandits, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters by me will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The word of the Lord. So let's look at some questions which will help us to understand this gospel. What did Jesus call himself? 2 things actually. A gate and a shepherd. Now, how can he be both? Can he be both? He can, because these are just figures of speech or examples to help us understand. He also said, I am the living bread, or I am the vine. But here's a good explanation of how a shepherd can also be a gate. I just came across it. So, when a shepherd takes his flock from place to place, he has to build a temporary shelter for them at night. And the shepherd gathers thorny branches, places them in a circle with a small gap to enter, and gets his sheep in at night. I've seen this actually in the countryside around us. And then the shepherd lies down across the gap. Here's a picture of this, becoming the gate. So it's possible that Jesus, a shepherd, can be also a gate. But actually, it is two different parables. Now, according to the gospel, what does the shepherd, the good shepherd, do for his sheep? According to the gospel, let's see if you can remember. What did Jesus say? He calls them by name. And what was Jesus trying to tell us? That just like a good shepherd, he knows each one of us personally. It's not just we are a whole lot of people, one flock, but even though we are one flock, he knows each one and he calls each one of us by name personally. The other thing he said, he leads them out. He goes before them. What does this tell us about Jesus? Jesus went in front of us. He faced all the challenges. He doesn't say, now you all go and just face life. And he's also leading us day by day. Jesus also made a statement to show what he came for. What did he say? I came for what? I came that, the very famous verse, and gives us much hope. I have come that they may have life and have it abundantly, or have it in its fullness. So Jesus is now telling us what he came to this earth to do, to give us all life and full life, a happy life. Jesus said, I am the gate. What did he say will happen to those who entered by the gate, by him? Now this is a little bit of a different parable. What does Jesus say? Whoever enters by me will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. So if we enter by Jesus, what will happen? We will be safe. He'll save us. Come in and go out. What does that signify? We'll be free. There's freedom when we belong to Jesus. And also find pasture. We'll be cared for and well fed. Okay, now another question. Jesus mentioned the sheep and the shepherds. Who else did he mention? There's another player in the story. It is the thief. He's the one who climbed in instead of coming through the gate. So he's not legitimate. The shepherd who was let in through the gate was the legitimate person, the one who should be there. Now, what does this thief come to do according to Jesus? Do you remember? You can see it in the picture. He comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Does this make you think of anybody? Who's the one who tries to steal and kill and destroy us? Now, what prevents the sheep from getting caught? Jesus mentioned that in his parable. They refuse to listen to the voice of the thief. The thief may say, come, Papa, but they will not listen. I was thinking about my friend's son, and I was wondering, why does he not listen to his mother's advice? She's a good mother. She works so hard for him, and she wants what is good for him. Maybe he has friends, other friends, who tell him, I mean, I'm calling them friends, but he may be saying, they may be telling him, why waste time studying? It's too much work. Anyway, you're going to fail. You're not so clever. There are easy ways to earn money. And maybe this young boy says, yeah, it's true. What about us? Do we hear our shepherd's voice calling us by name? Do we recognize the voice and do we go to him when he calls? Do we follow him in the way that he shows us? He's ahead of us. What is the way he shows us? The way of truth, the way of love, faithfulness, humility. All these things lead us to life. Or maybe do we listen to the other voice, the voice of the destroyer who says, why sweat? Take the easy way. Why love? Think about yourself. Do what makes you happy. We hear that, don't we? In forwards and all. Do whatever makes you happy. And why forgive? It's too difficult. Like a good mother or like a good shepherd, the Lord is calling you and me. He's calling you by your name. And He says, come with me. I'm the one who can take you safely to abundant life. Be quiet for a few minutes and answer Him. Bye for now. Let's keep traveling with Jesus, our good shepherd, till at last we enter the heavenly sheepfold.